Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Startupfest 2016. Let's have a big hand for the day that is not over, just beginning.
Merci beaucoup, Andy. Bonjour tout le monde. Salut Montréal. On se trouve sur la scène mondiale, en fait. C'est le plus grand réunion startup au Canada. C'est une des plus grandes festivals startup au monde. Nous attirons des gens de partout dans le monde. L'an dernier, il y avait 22 pays ici, 3000 personnes. Ce n'est pas un festival montréalais, c'est un festival mondial qui prend place ici en ville. Et vraiment, c'est surprenant de voir la capacité et la connaissance des gens qui se trouvent ici. I love the fact that this conference happens here in Montreal. It is the perfect place for a festival. The world does not need another conference. On a besoin du festival, de la réseau, du networking, de la porte-parole, d'interaction entre les gens. And that happens right here in Montreal. So I'm super proud to bring it here. I would like to say also thank you to the entire team. Every year we try and find a theme for the conference. And obviously there's a lot of new stuff that happens in the conference every year. I would like to point out at this point I am not a Poke spot. Nobody? Really? See what happens when Pokemon isn't on the App Store in Canada? So, I'd like to point out that in this country, yeah, Mayor Cordell is trying to find out if he can like capture me with a Pokeball. I'm crossing that off a bucket list I did not know I had. So I would like to say this year our theme is firsts, because every conference and every event has a first time, and so does every startup. And really, we want to explore those stories of firsts. First idea, first investment, first paying customer, first exit. So we've brought together people from across the world to talk about this. Andy was on a plane this morning that our sponsor, Québécois Videotron, they literally lent us their private jet to fly in Tim O'Reilly from O'Reilly Media, the person who coined the term Web 2.0, Alexis Ohanian, the founder of Reddit, Kara Swisher, probably the most senior technology reporter, the connector in the technology world, coming to Montreal. There's a fantastic lineup over the next few days, but the real content happens here. It happens in the booths, it happens in the tents, it happens on the floor. We have a VR stage over there to interact with. It happens in the interactions that are here. So what I want you to focus on more than anything is not a first funding or a first customer or a first startup, but a first interaction with that person who may be your business partner, maybe your co-founder, maybe your investor, because they are almost certainly right next to you right now at the biggest technology event in Canadian history. This is Startupfest. I'd like to welcome you all here, and we're going to hear from a few people who've helped make this possible. Up first, I would like to welcome Andy Nelman, who's emceeing in between each of these talks in a carefully curated series of pitches for, did he mention Play the Future? He may have mentioned Play the Future. Andy from Play the Future.
You mentioned first, Alistair, and here's something we have for you. This is a whole series of firsts. We have a series of firsts, which is the first time ever the sponsor and the political messages are going to be rapid, fun, and entertaining. So let's hear it in advance for the political messages and sponsor messages we're going to hear, ladies and gentlemen, for these guys coming up.
Bonsoir à tous. Je me sens un petit peu overdressed ce soir. Anyway, mon nom est Jean-François Pruneau, je suis chef de la direction financière de Québécois, the leading telecom and media company in the province of Quebec. Québécois is very pleased to sponsor the Startup Fest, as we think it is very important to support the entrepreneurs that will become the leaders of tomorrow. Québécois plans to play an active role in the Montreal startup ecosystem. Oh, I'm losing my notes. In the Montreal startup ecosystem, as we want to remain close to new trends, new technologies, and new consumer habits. We've already invested in a few startups, which that we believe will make our world better, and we look forward to continuing investing in many more. So in partnering with entrepreneurs, Québécois and our subsidiaries can add value by providing proofs of concepts, acting as a first customers, or giving access to our sales channels. So I wish you all a great event, a great festival, meet great people, to create great partnerships, and ultimately to continue to stimulate innovation. Thank you.
You're natural, Andy. Thank you. Philippe, les amis, merci beaucoup d'être ici. Montréal est un start-up. Je ne parlerai pas plus que 3,9 millions de dollars, donc 3 minutes. Mais très certainement, j'espère aussi avoir droit à la Golden Card quand tu vas avoir la bouffe de rue. So I'm a mayor, it's my city, I should deserve it. Alors, je veux vous dire à quel point Montréal vous remercie d'être ici. C'est un événement qui est important. Montréal n'est pas qu'une métropole, c'est une plaque tournante, c'est un carrefour, c'est une ville, c'est l'Europe en Amérique. C'est une tête de pont à travers l'ensemble des continents. And I think that what we're sending as a message, the think global, act local, this is it. And with Montreal, tout est possible. Alors, je veux vous dire à quel point le fait de voir tous ces gens, toute cette motivation, j'étais tantôt avec les gens de France notamment, donc les Lyonnais, les Parisiens, hein? Allez les Bleus, allez les Bleus. Faites-vous aller un peu, là? Non, OK. C'est fini l'euro, c'est correct, il n'y a pas de problème. On passe à d'autres choses. But clearly I think that what you see is what you get, and that's what Montreal is all about. And frankly, not only are we investing here big time, we are putting the effort, there is a political will and a tremendous relationship between the private sector with the creator and the political level. Everybody stick together and we're creating the proper environment for startup. Alors, je veux remercier mon ami Saul Polo qui est ici du gouvernement du Québec, le représentant David du gouvernement du Canada. Les planètes s'alignent. Montréal, le gouvernement du Canada, le gouvernement du Québec, le secteur privé. On va tous et toutes travailler ensemble pour nous assurer qu'on soit les meilleurs. Vous êtes les leaders de demain. Ça commence avec une poignée de main, mais ça commence avec une idée et on est là pour faciliter la tâche. So enjoy yourself, have fun. Did I win something with the pitch? Am I okay? I'm getting there. I'll have free food. Okay, no problem. Merci tout le monde. À la prochaine.
Bonjour. C'est un réel plaisir pour moi de me joindre à vous ce soir. J'aimerais d'abord remercier M. Telliot, Mme Baudin et toute l'équipe de Startupfest pour leur accueil chaleureux. For 20 years, I was an intellectual property law professor at McGill before going into politics. Happily, there are a number of my former students here tonight, as well as one of my colleagues, and that just tells you anybody can innovate.
Thank you, Andy. You know, when I said that you could play the future, I thought you were going to do it once, by the way. So, and here I am plugging it again. Thank you all for being here, and indeed this is our 6th year. Thank you very much, Mayor Coder, for showing up tonight. You know, I think if there's one thing that I've sort of taken away from these last 6 years, and what has driven us forward, is to think big. As you can see here, our site is substantially larger than other years. We've been here, but we're taking over much more of it. And I am pretty excited for what we're doing this year. You know, I used to say that it takes a village to create a startup. The reality is it's bigger than that. It requires a metropolis, une métropole, Monsieur le Maire. The theme this year is first, as has been pointed out. And when I came up with the idea with Alistair, I was thinking more in the past. I thought, can we get people to talk about their first, things that they did in the past the first times? What I realized when we were building this event is that there are so many more firsts to come than there are in the past. The firsts in the past are finite. The firsts for us in the future, infinite. And so I'm excited. I hope you all have many firsts here. You meet many people for the first time. You maybe get some investors and some of your first investors. And so I'm going to wish you all many firsts this week. Have a great time, and I look forward to speaking with all of you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.